Most roofing sales reps don't go broke because they don't make enough money. They go broke because they spend like every month is a storm month. What's up, Roof Money Pros? Mike here with Roof Money Pro, and if you've ever deposited a $15,000 commission check and felt like a millionaire only to be scraping by 3 months later wondering where it all went, this video is for you. Because I lived this exact cycle for years in roofing sales. The highs were incredible. The lows were panic-inducing. And the problem wasn't my sales skills. It was how I handled the money when it came in. My mission here with Roof Money Pro is to help roofing professionals like you maximize your careers and build wealth. And today we're getting tactical. So if you want to finally break free of the feast or famine cycle and turn commission income into actual wealth, hit that subscribe button right now because what you're about to learn changed everything for me and the clients I work with personally. Here's the truth. One big commission check can absolutely change your life, or it can quietly wreck it if you don't have a system. This might surprise you, but the difference between roofers who build real wealth and those who stay stuck isn't hustle. It's not even talent. It's how they handle income volatility. And in this video, I'm breaking down exactly how to manage good months versus bad months so commission income becomes your greatest asset instead of your biggest liability. Let's start with something most people outside the roofing industry don't get. Roofing sales income is inherently volatile. This isn't like a salary job where you know exactly what's hitting your account every 2 weeks. Your income swings wildly based on factors you can't always control. Storm seasons versus retail seasons are completely different animals. When hail rips through your territory, you're closing deals left and right. Insurance money is flowing. Homeowners need roofs yesterday. You're working 12-hour days for months on end and the checks are rolling in. That's storm season. It's fast, it's chaotic, it's fun, and it's lucrative. Retail season? That's when you're door knocking neighborhoods that didn't get hit or areas that have older roofs. You're convincing homeowners their roof needs replacing before it starts leaking. The sales cycle is longer. The close rate is lower. The competition is fiercer. Your income can drop by 50, 60, or even 70% compared to storm months. This creates the feast or famine cycle most reps get trapped in. You make 30 grand in July, 10 grand in November, 5 grand in February, then another 20 in April. Your income chart looks like a roller coaster, and trying to live on that without a system is exhausting. Now, traditional budgeting advice completely fails commission earners because it's designed for predictable income. Financial gurus tell you to make a budget based on your monthly income. But what monthly income? Last month's? Next month's? None of that works when your paychecks swing by thousands of dollars month to month. The mental stress caused by unpredictable cash flow is real. You can't relax during good months because you know slow months are coming. You can't breathe during slow months because you're worried about paying bills. You're constantly anxious about money even though you make good money overall. That's the hidden cost of commission income nobody talks about. And here's something that's going to sound backwards. Good months are actually the most financially dangerous times for roofing sales reps. And I've seen reps learn this the hard way. Lifestyle inflation after big commission checks is the silent killer. You close a few deals, that $25,000 check hits your account, suddenly you're thinking about upgrading your truck, taking that vacation, buying a new couch, eating out more. None of it feels reckless because the money is right there. You earned it. You deserve it. But here's the problem. You're making decisions based on temporary income like it's permanent income. False income assumptions during storm months mess people up constantly. You have 3 huge months in a row and your brain starts thinking that's the new normal. So you commit to a bigger house payment. You finance a nicer car. You sign up for subscriptions and memberships. And then the season shifts, your income drops, and now you're stuck with payments you can't afford. Overcommitting to car payments, homes, and toys is how reps trap themselves. Banks will approve you based on your best months, but they don't care about your worst months when it comes time to collect. So you get a $1,200 truck payment thinking you can afford it because you're making 20 grand a month. But when you're only making 6 grand a month, that truck payment becomes a noose around your neck. Emotional spending driven by dopamine and relief is real too. After grinding through a tough sales cycle or working crazy hours during a storm, you feel like you need to reward yourself. And you do, by blowing money on stuff that feels good in the moment but doesn't move you forward. The dopamine hit from spending money is addictive, and commission income gives you the justification to keep chasing that feeling. How one great month can sabotage the next 6 is something I've seen over and over. You make $30,000 in 1 month. You pay off some debt. You buy some stuff. You take your family out, and you feel like a winner, as you should. But then you don't set aside enough for taxes. You don't build reserves for slow seasons. You don't invest any of it. And 6 months later, when you hit a dry spell, that $30,000 a month might as well have never happened because it's all gone and you're back to stressing about money. All right, so if good months are dangerous, what's the solution? How do you handle big commission checks without sabotaging yourself? Let me walk you through exactly what I do and what I teach my clients. First, you have to treat big checks as temporary surpluses, not permanent income. This is a mental shift that changes everything. When a $15,000 commission hits your account, you don't say, I make 15 grand a month now. You say, I have a $15,000 surplus this month that needs to be used strategically. That one mindset change will save you thousands of dollars in mistakes. Creating a commission allocation formula is non-negotiable. Before you spend a single dollar from a commission check, you need to know where it's going. Here's a simple example of how it works. 25% to tax reserves, 20% to debt payoff or investments, 10% to your emergency fund until it's fully funded, 40% to living expenses and lifestyle, and 5% simply for guilt-free fun. Adjust the percentages based on your situation, but the point is you're allocating money intentionally instead of just spending whatever's left after bills. Spending personal pay from business income is critical if you have any business expenses you're covering. Gas, phone, marketing materials, lead costs, all that stuff needs to come out before you start thinking about personal spending. Too many reps mix business and personal money, and then they can't figure out why they're always short. Front-loading savings, taxes, and investments means you handle the important stuff first. The day your commission check clears, you move money into your tax savings account. You move money into your emergency fund. You move money into investments if you're at that stage. You don't wait until the end of the month to see if there's anything left, because there never is. Using good months to buy long-term stability is the game changer. Good months aren't for buying stuff, they're for buying peace of mind. Every dollar you set aside during good months is a dollar that keeps you calm during bad months. You're literally buying emotional stability and financial freedom with those big checks. Now let's talk about the flip side, bad months, because they're coming. In sales, it's not a matter of if, but when. And how you handle them determines whether you build wealth or stay stuck. First thing you need to understand, slow months don't mean failure. This isn't a reflection on your skills or your worth. It's just the nature of commission sales. Some months are slow. That's the game. Accepting this reality takes the emotional charge out of it so you can respond strategically instead of panicking. Using reserves to stay calm and consistent is why you save during good months. When your income dips and you have 3 months of expenses in the bank, you're not stressed, you're not desperate. You can keep working your process instead of making panic decisions that hurt you long term. Maintaining lifestyle discipline when income dips is tough, but necessary. You can't live like you're making 20 grand a month when you're only making 8. That means cutting back on eating out, skipping unnecessary purchases, and staying focused on essentials. The good news? If you built reserves, you're not cutting back drastically. You're just tightening up temporarily. Avoiding panic decisions and high interest debt is crucial during slow months. When money gets tight, reps start thinking about putting expenses on credit cards or taking out loans to cover the gap. Don't do it. That's how you dig a hole that takes years to climb out of. If you built reserves during good months, you don't need debt during bad months. Turning slow seasons into strategy and preparation time is how you flip the script. Instead of freaking out about low income, use the extra mental space to sharpen your skills. Update your pitch, organize your CRM, build relationships, plan your next moves. Slow months are where you plant the seeds for your next big months. Here's where everything comes together. Because managing good months and bad months separately is fine, but the real power move is building a system that smooths out the volatility so you're never riding the roller coaster in the first place. Income smoothing strategies for commission sales are about creating consistency from chaos. Instead of living off whatever you made this month, you create an average monthly income based on your trailing 12 months and you pay yourself that amount every month. Big month, the surplus goes into reserves. Small month, you pull from reserves to hit your target. Suddenly, your personal income is predictable even though your commission income isn't. Creating a salary from inconsistent income sounds complicated, but it's simple. Let's say you average $10,000 a month over the past year. You set up a system where you pay yourself $8,000 a month no matter what. That $2,000 buffer builds reserves and covers taxes. When you have a $20,000 a month, you don't spend $20,000. You pay yourself $8,000 and the rest gets allocated. When you have a $4,000 a month, you still pay yourself $8,000 by pulling from reserves. Now, I've been doing this personally for years since my time in roofing sales, and it's the same system I refined working with roofing sales reps just like you. And honestly, this is exactly why I created the feast system, because I got tired of watching talented reps make great money but never get ahead. Feast walks you through setting up this entire variable income system step by step. Forecasting plans backed by KPIs you have control of, the account structures, the allocation formulas, the tracking systems, everything. If you're serious about finally mastering your commission income and building real wealth, hit the link in the description and check out Feast today. This is the exact framework that transformed my finances and the finances of dozens of clients. All right, back to it. Multiple account structures give you clarity and control. You need separate accounts for different purposes. One for income deposits, one for business expenses, one for taxes, one for cash reserves, one for your personal salary. When money is all mixed together, you lose track. It becomes a financial junk drawer. When it's separated, you always know exactly where you stand. Weekly and monthly cash flow tracking keeps you honest. Just like your sales results, you can't manage what you don't measure. Every week, you're looking at what came in, what went out, and where you stand. Every month, you're reviewing your allocation percentages and adjusting if needed. This isn't about obsessing over every dollar. You've got better things to do with your time. It's about awareness. Forecasting income instead of guessing makes planning possible. Look at your pipeline. Look at your historical patterns. Estimate conservative numbers for upcoming months. You won't be perfect, but you'll be close enough to make informed decisions instead of just hoping things work out. Once you've got your cash flow system dialed in, then you can start thinking about building wealth. But notice I said once. Too many reps try to invest before they have their foundation solid, and it backfires. Paying down high-risk liabilities fast is priority number one. High-interest credit cards, personal loans, car payments with bad terms, kill those aggressively. Every dollar you put toward high-interest debt is a guaranteed return. That's better than almost any investment you can make. Investing only after cash flow is stabilized is the rule. If you don't have at least 3 months of expenses saved and your monthly income system isn't dialed in, you're not ready to invest. Fix the foundation first, then build wealth on top of it. Emergency funds sized for commission earners need to be bigger than standard advice says. Traditional financial advice says 3 to 6 months expenses. For commission earners, that's a good start, but you need to be targeting 6 to 12 months. Your income volatility is higher, so your buffer needs to be bigger. Real estate versus market investing for roofers is another common question. Real estate can be great if you're handy and have time to manage properties. But if you're already working long hours on roofing sales, index funds and retirement accounts might be smarter because they're passive. Don't let anyone shame you into one path or the other. Do what fits your life. Timing investments around income cycles is a smart strategy. If you know storm season is coming and you'll have big months, plan to make larger investment contributions during that window. Don't try to invest aggressively during slow months when you need cash flow. Work with your income cycles instead of against them. Building wealth on roofing sales commission isn't about making more money. Plenty of reps make huge money and stay broke. It's about managing uncertainty better than everyone else. When good months fund bad months and bad months don't derail your plan, everything changes. You finally flip the script. Commission income becomes predictable. The stress drops. The anxiety goes away. And wealth starts accelerating because you're not constantly backsliding. If you want real freedom in roofing sales, you need a system that works in every season, not just when storms hit. You need to handle big checks without blowing them. You need to survive slow months without panicking. And you need a framework that creates consistency from chaos. These obstacles and solutions, I faced every single one of them during my years in roofing sales. The lifestyle inflation, the anxiety during slow months, the mistakes with big checks, I've lived it. That's how I figured out what actually works. And now I get to help clients avoid the same mistakes and build wealth faster than I did. That's exactly why I created my financial coaching program specifically for roofing sales reps like you. I'll help you get crystal clear on your financial goals, build an actionable plan that actually works with commission income, and implement systems so you're never caught off guard again. If you're tired of the stress and ready to take control of your finances, hit the link in the description below to schedule a quick discovery call. And hey, if this topic resonated with you and you're ready to stop riding the commission roller coaster, smash that subscribe button because each week we'll go even deeper into specific wealth building strategies for roofing professionals. I'll see you in the next video.